Hello, friends. Hi, I am Meenal Gavlani. Yeah, ma'am, I'm just sharing the link so that we can share it on our platforms. And we are live, and I have a wonderful guest today on my show, Miss Asha Bhatia. I'm just waiting for 1 or 2 minutes for the audience to join Asha, ma'am. And I'm sharing the link with you also if you want to share it with your friends or your community. So just bear me. Asha, ma'am, ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, should I share with you, Asha ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, shared. Yes. Hello, friends. Today I have invited a wonderful lady. She doesn't need any introduction. She is already a renowned name in Indore. And I know those who have joined me, maximum of you know her. But still, everyone needs an introduction. So, Asha ma'am, spare me because I'm really introducing you, but definitely I know what position she holds in Indore. Miss Asha Bhatia is an educator, writer, trainer, counselor, and a parenting coach. She is in the education profession since 1995 with a huge experience of 26 years in teaching and administration. She is postgraduate in zoology with specialization in cell biology. She is Bachelor of Education from DAVV, Indore. She did postgraduate diploma in guidance and counseling from Kota University. And she is a certified career counselor from iDream Career, Delhi. She has done her higher diploma in software engineering from Aptech Computer Education. Recently, she acquired certification in Rational Emotive Behavioral Therapy, that is REBT. Her achievements are topper of MSc in 1994, won many prizes in singing competition, Best Class Teacher Award, Best Course Instructor in Mental Arithmetic UCMAS India. She has conducted around 350 workshops for parents, teachers, students, and corporates. Presently, she is working in education fraternity as Dean, the Shishukunj International School, Indore North Campus. Former principal, Ranker International School since March 2013 to January 2020. Columnist for Hindustan Times Group since 5 years, more than 5.5 years. A counselor and a life coach. Her passion lies in learning new things, creating new knowledge, and making it learner centric. She follows her heart, hence, she wants to contribute her knowledge and learning towards designing curriculum and integrated activities, parental education, and training. So, welcome, Asha ma'am, to the show.
Namaste.
Namaste, ma'am. So, before we start a very good interactive session with you, I would like to start with a quote that education is for improving the lives of others and for leaving your community and world better than you found it. So, friends, now here, everything what I'm going to ask to Asha ma'am, just sit down with a paper and pen, whatever she would be sharing with you, it will be really enhancing your knowledge and experience. So, my first question, Asha ma'am, before I ask you any question, would you like to share anything, Asha ma'am?
First of all, thank you, Minal, for inviting me for this wonderful talk because you yourself are a wonderful educator, and an educator can understand what education is all about. So it's great to meet you like this because this is the only virtual medium which is nowadays permissible. So
Yes,
I hope to meet you personally also very soon. But
definitely.
now this is the best medium to talk and interact about the various aspects of education. So it's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, my first question to you is, how would you define education?
Yes, very simple, yet an epic can be written on this question, a very simple question. But I will just tell you, it is just a simple question which used to haunt my mind since childhood. I used to feel that what is education? Why do we study? What is life? So these kind of questions used to come in my mind, and I used to think about such things. And now when you have asked this, it is difficult to sum up into few sentences, but still I'll try what I understand by education. See, what I feel is education is everything between the living beings and human being. We are living beings, we are animals, animal kingdom, we belong to animal kingdom. But then other living beings and human beings have a difference of education.
Correct.
Rather, I would say it's a difference between a human being and being human.
Yes, absolutely right, ma'am.
I mean, living being and human being का difference भी education है, and difference between a human being because we are born as human beings, but then how we are being human in our life is what is education, what the kind of education we get. But then I just want everybody to understand it is not the kind of literacy we get. There's a lot of difference between being literate and being educated. In a way, education is finding the purpose of being. So this being word is very important. When we all try to find the purpose of our being in this world is what education is all about. So for me, a mason or a housemaid is also educated if she is educating her child to be honest, loyal, and hardworking. Doesn't matter she is not literate. And any literate person who is not teaching values and virtues to their children or themselves, they are not following that. They are just literate and they are not educated. So education is life itself. It's not about education is for life or life is for education. Education and life are synonymous. If we are living beings, we are not like plants and other animals which just live for the sake of living. We have other purposes besides livelihood. So that is what education is all about.
Absolutely right, ma'am. And definitely what ma'am said, those who are listening to us, it's really high time to understand that education is not only simply going to school and taking degrees and getting ready for a job. What she said beautifully, that being human, already इंसान तो है हम, but हम भूल चुके हैं वो इंसानियत. Right, ma'am? So we all
Yes.
need to work on that perspective. And the pandemic has definitely given us the chance to give a second thought that what is education. And she has beautifully explained it. Thank you, ma'am. So the next question is, could we achieve the main objective of education in 21st century? Do you think, ma'am?
Mm, if I talk about achieving just the objectives, it will take some time. Rather, it will take centuries for us because as soon as we achieve one objective, the scale rises because challenges rise with time. Every see how we learned in our times. Suppose if you talk about me, I graduated in 1994. So that was a time where education was very different. Now it is different. So life is all about updating ourselves with the changing times. So now this is the time when parents and teachers have to think about the ways in which this generation can be taught or in which this generation can learn things along with us, because it's not about now teaching. There is no teacher and there is no taught. We have to
Yes.
be together holding hands and learning simultaneously. It's not about that we have learned everything, now it's time for us to teach somebody. It's all about learning together. So, I feel that there are two professions which are most respected. One is medical profession, that is doctors and teachers. So these both need to update themselves with every moment, as things are changing rapidly, and change is the only inevitable thing.
Yes.
So I always request all the teachers about upgrading their knowledge. As technology is coming, technology cannot replace a teacher, but a technical teacher will replace a non-technical teacher. So
Yes. Yes.
technology and teachers go hand in hand. And now this is a time when even parents need to upgrade their knowledge. They cannot just escape by saying that we have put the child in a school and now our job is over.
Yes.
पेरेंट्स की जॉब
Absolutely
कभी
true.
खत्म नहीं होगी. If their kids even marry, then also they have to guide them and learn every moment. So it's all
Yes.
about till we are alive, we have to learn. We have to update ourselves. We have to keep on moving and being aware. So I will not say that we have yet achieved the target, but with changing times, we have to change our ways of teaching, our pedagogy, and our assessment patterns as children change every day. Their minds change every day.
Yeah.
Technology is
So
changing.
I think, Asha ma'am, you definitely you are emphasizing that it is about the experience, it is about the evolution, it is about the progression, it is about the advancement, right? It is about
Yes.
these all terminologies in education system, and definitely India needs tremendous change right now. So, ma'am, you have 26 years of experience. What you feel that how much India has evolved if we consider the education system? How much it has evolved?
Uh, I have huge respect for Indian minds. As such, if you see all over world, Indians are ruling. You look here and there everywhere. As far as even technology is concerned, Indian minds are there. But then
Yes.
I actually keep on thinking that what is that which is missing, which is not
Yes.
making Indians have that impact, despite of being so wise and intellectual and intelligent.
Yes.
So one thing which I feel is we need to give a lot of confidence to our student that you can do it. So again, the difference between that can I and I can, our teachers, our parents need to give them this understanding, yes you can, and we are there with you. So unless we give that, so see, I don't say that we are not trying or stakeholders are not trying, because if you talk about even the national education policy which has been proposed now, it has come, and if you go through all the points, it is exactly what India needs right now, and
True.
this is the way to be at par. So it has come on right time, because see, during the lockdown, this policy was released after 36 years. 1986 was the time when the previous education policy was released. So after 34 years, it has come. In between, there were few amendments done, but then this is the policy. And when I look into the policy, there are a lot of things which are being taken care internationally, also in IB system curriculum also, and all over world the kind of things are being taught. They have included those, but then again, a lot of things are taken from 1986 policy also. So it's a progression, I may say. It's a gradual progression from the previous policy towards what the world is actually doing, what is happening around. So I have huge respect for this new education policy, because the points taken are actually the need of the earth, but then still we need to work upon how it will be implemented. So there is a lot to be done in this process, because it is all about how we learn our things. Suppose if you and I are watching a recipe, but then it is our same recipes there, but
But
how you,
different perception.
yes, how you cook, how you use the utensil, how I use makes the lot of difference. Otherwise, the whole world would have been chef. I would have seen a surgery and I would be the doctor. So it's not like that. The skills which we need for doing some things need precision and practice. So I am much, much hopeful. If you talk about 21st century skills, if you talk about NEP, and if you talk about the theme which CBSE is following this year, is competency based education, CBE. So if we talk about competency based education, everything comes in picture that it's not about just the literary skills. In 21st century skills, there are three segments: literary skills, learning skills, and life skills. While
Yes,
all the parents insist on literary skills, and previously also even teachers used to go for just the completion of syllabus. So this is the time when we have to see beyond syllabus, beyond textbooks, and work for their life skills and learning skills also. Because in life, you as we are rotating about around, we are evolving around life and education as a topic of the day. So life
yes,
doesn't come with a manual. So how can there be a manual for education also? It should go beyond manuals, it should go beyond handbooks and textbooks, and teach something which is actually need of the hour and actually the real world problems. Because once the child is out of this whole school and college system, he comes in a real world where real
yes.
challenges come in picture, and then he has to use his all the combination of skills, not just one skill at a time. So it's an integration, and then this is the need of the hour. So I hope that teachers and parents understand the minute things what are proposed in national education policy and work accordingly.
Yeah. Basically, education is the overall development, right, of a human being. When which, in the starting only you mentioned it is about being human, not about
Yes.
human being. So when you say about it should be physical, social, emotional, psychological, and spiritual development of a child or of an adult. So, ma'am, really beautifully explained, and I hope those who are listening is they will really understand and try to implement it within them, and now they will not pressurize their kids. A
See,
home
I
will
think
be
Minal, for that you can also throw much light on integration of learning because you are
yes,
also
yes,
practicing that.
yes, because IB is completely about transdisciplinary and interdisciplinary teaching. And when we talk about trans and interdisciplinary, it is about more talking the universal concepts rather than just focusing on subjects. So, when I take sessions, when I talk to the parents, I make them understand what you beautifully said. कि सिर्फ वीडियो देख के कोई ऑपरेशन नहीं कर सकता ना मैम या ये करने के लिए so you need to understand that and you need to build the interest in the child for his and own learning. They should take that ownership. हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में क्या होता था मैम मुझे तो याद है हम छोटे घर आते थे तो पढ़ाई में कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं होता था and it was completely the parents those who used to force us to sit and study. But I feel that that interest can be definitely increased and developed by the teachers. So teachers need to be trained and they need to be very authentic. They should not falsely land up in the education industry. If they feel that they have those qualities, and even if they don't have those qualities, वो will तो होना चाहिए टीचर बनने का.
Correct.
ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि बहुत छुट्टियां मिलती है तो चलो हम एजुकेशन फील्ड में चले जाते हैं, मैटरनिटी लीव मिलती है तो एजुकेशन फील्ड में चले जाते हैं. दिस इज नॉट डन because you are creating the most important product on the planet. You are molding a child. So please, when you are entering in this education field, come with that enthusiasm, with that spark कि हमें एक ऐसा मोल्ड या ऐसा डॉग दिया है जिसको हम जैसा मोल्ड करना चाहे वो हो जाता है. सो बी इन दैट स्पिरिट. उनको दिल से पढ़ाइए. Subject बढ़ाना है. The knowledge is important, but what Asha ma'am said, skills are very important. Life skills, she has used those words, life skills. So IB is truly about the theme based curriculum, concept based. And ma'am, I know that you are also you are training your whole team in this same with the same protocol, and definitely slowly and gradually India will change, and in fact the whole world has to change. और कहीं ना कहीं मुझे लगता है हमारा गुरुकुल सिस्टम वैसा ही था. इंडियंस
Actually,
की आदत है सब चला जाता है फिर हम वापस दूसरे देते तो हम बहुत इससे ले लेते हैं. But it was our system only. But definitely, as Asha ma'am is there, and there are many good educators in Indore. So parents do change your mindset. Okay, if we are trying to make you understand, explain you something, so उसको अपनाइए. ऐसे मत कीजिए कि घर पे किसी से even Asha ma'am, I would add a social emotional learning is also very much important in
yes,
education.
yes, yes.
Yes, that is very much important. And the second question, which I want to ask you, ma'am, as an educator and a parent, what message would you give to the parents, especially to the parents?
See, being a parent and an educator, I always and I must tell you, I am a very big critic of parents and teachers both, and incidentally being both, because I always feel that children are very, very pure-hearted and divine souls and ready to learn everything, whatever we
Yes,
expose them to. So it is
yes,
our responsibility to create an environment which is conducive, which is warm, and which liberates learning from every nook and corner. So I'll always suggest parents that once we put our children into school, we feel that our responsibility is done. But then this lockdown has actually, what you say, na, mentored everybody in a wonderful way that we have a bigger responsibility because children see and children do, and they listen also very carefully to things.
very,
When we feel that they are engaged in something else, they are actually listening to us, what we converse, how we behave, how we treat others, how we talk to our mates, how we talk about our parents and in-laws. They observe
true,
everything. Observe
absolutely
everything.
true.
So it is not that we have to have that mask in front of our children, because that mask doesn't last long.
Work.
It will shed. So it's high time that we should remove all the masks, but the real us should be really worth adopting, worth respecting, because we should be so truthful to our children, and the virtues which we want to give them, we should practice those, because we have to practice what we preach. A father cannot smoke and ask child to have like know about the dangers of smoking, because
Yes,
we are practicing that thing. So we need to understand that we have been privileged by nature to become parents,
yes,
but then are we eligible to become parents or not? This is a question which we should ask ourselves,
yes, true,
because मिशन
absolutely
ये
true.
दिया है. But then eligibility test is something which we need to test time to time, that whether we are uh, uh, eligible to have that honor or not. So what I feel that, not just philosophical point of view, government needs to put in some kind of hourly fee for parents also, compulsory. The
Correct,
law is
correct.
very strict in Western countries, while in India, we just suggest that parents should do this or that. And I'm happy that in national education policy there has been a framework for uh, first 3 years of child's development also, so that parents, those parents who are aware of it, and who want to be aware, can have that guideline. So, if maximum parents learn how to handle their primary years of toddlers, so it will be a great help. So, I will request parents to be aware and understand the responsibility of parenting. It's a big thing. It's not just बच्चे तो बड़े हो जाएंगे, बड़े तो पेड़
हाँ,
पौधे हो जाते हैं, बड़े सारे एनिमल्स हो जाते हैं अपने आप. तो it's not about their physical growth only, and
physical growth is a natural growth. You
it's a
don't need
natural
any
growth.
efforts.
Yes, yes. So besides providing good nutritional food and other facilities, it's parents' responsibility to give them all the virtues in a proper way and change them accordingly. It's not about कि हमारे समय में तो ये नहीं होता था. We have to stop telling this dialogue to our children that हमारे समय में तो हमने ऐसे मैनेज किया. भाई हमारे समय में व्हाट्सएप था ही नहीं, तो हमने व्हाट्सएप नहीं यूज किया. हमारे समय में ऐसे वीडियो कॉलिंग नहीं होती थी, नहीं तो हम तो करते ना.
बिल्कुल.
We have to accept this, that technology is changing and this is a tech savvy generation. We cannot force our children to go out of WhatsApp and social media. We have to go to that media and tell them all the pros and cons of those
Yes,
platforms. So it is
absolutely.
all about, if we don't know what Instagram is all about, we cannot tell them all the pros and cons. So we need to go there, understand the plus and minus, and make them understand about the hazards also. So they will understand. But then we have to take care of the voice tone, the way we tell them, the way we give examples. We cannot give examples like हमने तो कभी नहीं किया. Children are not going to listen to that. We need to tell them that you are blessed to have all these things, but then हर चीज का एक optimum भी होता है. It's not like extreme पे जाकर चीजों को करना. And I don't feel that if we are controlling our tone and if our message and intentions are clear, that children won't understand. They will understand. They are
Yes,
rational insane तो है नहीं. They are our children, so we need to build a trust, and our communication skills should be so good that they listen to us. It should not be
Yes.
so harsh and bombarding things constantly, and repeated instruction हमेशा मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि एक बोरिंग सीरियल की तरह होते हैं. सो हमेशा इंस्ट्रक्शंस एक विज्ञापन की तरह हो, प्रिसाइज स्लोगन के साथ खत्म. एक स्लोगन जैसा बोलो, इफेक्टिव बोलो, एंड देन डोंट nag them repeatedly. Leave them with that thought that what is that which our parents want us to do, and then they will understand. So I want parents to be more equipped with their own knowledge about the things which
Yes.
they want and which they do not want, and then tell them with a proper tone, voice tone. Then voiceometer पे check करें कि 1 से 10 में आपका voice कहाँ जा रहा है, 1 या 2 है, 10 पे ही है all the time. So we
Yes.
cannot shut their mouths by shouting at them कि चुप रहो. It is very contradictory. We have to
Yes.
be really polite when we ask them to raise not to raise their voice. So these are the things which every parent knows. Who am I to teach them? But then repeatedly listening to such things actually create an effect. So we are the change makers. Teachers and parents are the change makers. And I actually feel that this is a time to collaborate and
Yes.
communicate and bring in the change.
Yes. Asha ma'am, you are a parent coach since long. So, what do you think, like, especially in Indore, what type of mindset the parents in Indore they have? Still,
See,
even we are in
uh,
20,
yes, yes, please continue.
ma'am, we are in 21st century, and when I meet parents, when I deal, somehow again and again they cut short and then they come on grades, knowledge, percentage. Where do my child stand in the whole class? As an educators, don't you think since so many years we are trying to change this mindset, right?
See,
We are,
व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट दिस, मुझे बहुत एक अच्छी सी एनालॉजी याद आती है कि अगर हमारे पास पुराने तरह का तराजू होगा, तो हम वो
huh,
बाट लगा कर ही तो तराजू से तोलेंगे ना, क्योंकि वो
correct.
बाट छोड़ना ही नहीं चाहते. सो आई एम सॉरी टू से दिस, दो पेरेंट्स आर गेटिंग अवेयर्ड, एंड आई मीट अ लॉट ऑफ गुड पेरेंट्स हु अंडरस्टैंड द वैल्यू ऑफ ट्रू
Yes,
एजुकेशन, बट स्टिल there is uh, there is a great number of there is a great percentage of parents who actually gauge learning through marks, notebook thickness of the notebooks, and underlining things, and lot of question answers. So उनका जो गेज करने का टूल है, that is tarazu with bat. They have to go to all the different kinds of weighing machines to weigh the
very
learning.
nice. And very excellently explained. Very nice.
मतलब एंटीक और पुराने जमाने की वेइंग मशीन से हम अगर बच्चे को तोलेंगे तो कैसे चलेगा? Child's learning has to be gauged with proper assessment tools. And if we lack assessment tools, we cannot blame the assessment systems for that. So it's high time that we should know what changes the child is uh, coming up with. We have to observe those changes. We cannot say that the child is in senior KG and he is not able to write. While writing cannot be the criteria for a child to learn. He may be good at speaking, he may be good at observing things, he can be good at forming things visually, and later
Yes.
he may develop the muscles to write those things. So instead of seeing those things, whether the muscles are developed or not, motor skills are developed or not, if we expect the child to write, it will be our problem, because expectations bring disappointments. So if we have wrong expectations at wrong age, without knowing the basic milestones of child's growth and learning pace, we cannot understand. So एक customer oriented जो view है ना parents का, because schools are not service providers and parents are not customers कि हमको customer है, हमको तो इतने पैसे में इतनी चीज मिले. It's high time that we should not do this, because how can you what you say, reward a teacher for making the child learn? If I talk about in terms of even salary, how will we decide what is important? What change she has brought in the child's life, and कब तक generations तक वो चलेगा?
Correct.
So we need to understand that this is a time when we should not expect this, that because we have paid a fees, then the child should do this, और utilize ही नहीं हुआ, अरे वो तो सिर्फ virtually पढ़ रहा है अभी. Child should get tired physically, he should spoil his uniform, then only he is learning. It's not that.
Yes. Right.
Teachers have put in a lot of effort since last 1.5 years. every night they are learning the new technology, they are putting their efforts, and it's not easy coming virtually on a screen when everybody is watching from their comfort zone, and
Yes.
recording it and then pointing it out. So it's not easy. So we should have that respect for teachers. So I'll
Yes.
request parents to come into our shoes and understand how difficult it becomes for a teacher to surpass all those technical glitches also. The,
Yeah,
in the
nowadays, Asha ma'am, whole year we only n number of times we had. Can you listen me? Please mute. Kindly unmute. So everybody has experienced it.
Yes, yes.
Everyone.
So I'll request and see. I know that parents have understood this since 1 year, but it is the request that teachers desire and deserve respect.
Yes,
That is
definitely.
there. Because it is the teacher only which teaches the child that respect parents. So it is parents' duty that they should tell their children to respect their teachers and
Teachers.
respect for their school. But then I'm very sure that this collaboration is going to happen very soon, because after post COVID, the new normal is going to be like that. That together we will come out of this testing time
Hmm.
and grow.
Yes, very well explained, Asha ma'am. Whatever you said, it was a true learning for me also. Because whatever analogies and examples you have given, लाइक एकदम बोलते हैं ना सटीक थे बहुत अच्छे से आपने एक्सप्लेन किया आशा मैम एंड इट वाज रियली अ ग्रेट ऑनर दैट यू केम टू टॉकिंग फ्रेंड्स प्रोग्राम प्लेटफॉर्म एंड शेयर योर व्यूज and whatever you said, it's really every each and every word needs a thought. And parents, please, whatever wisdom she has shared it with us. So try to implement in your life, in your relationship with your kids, and see then how beautifully this relationship will bloom, right? And last but not least, please respect everyone, including your teachers, because they have worked tremendously hard. Within just one sentence, lockdown, the whole education system turned. So just remember, just appreciate, and keep supporting the teachers and the educators. So on this note, I would definitely like to say thank you, ma'am. And thank you so much for sharing your experience. I would
Thank you. It
definitely
was my
like to
pleasure.
bring you back with some new thought process and new, because people were very much excited that Asha ma'am is coming. So we will join and we will listen. But I think due to electricity issues and many
It's
people were not
raining
able.
heavily.
Yeah, but I know that whatever we have shared, it will reach to the audience. And thank you so much. Thank you, Asha ma'am, once again. All of you, happy Sunday. Enjoy your evening and take care. Bye bye.
Namaste. Bye.